So I do this as a full class. It's called Butterflies in Flight, of course, but it's never done on a cake like we're doing today. So there's always a base that is made for the students to be able to build off of. And so I wanted to show you how that was. So see, this is the little base that we have here. And then we start to assemble it by putting our leaves that we've made into it and then starting attaching our butterflies to that. And it's about a 4-hour class that I teach, and I've taught it all over the world. And so I just thought it would be fun to finally show you a video of where you can take that to and get it up onto a cake. And so this is aluminum foil, and it has got a pre-coat onto it. Reynolds makes it that way for us. We like it really well. And I'm just going to once again do a simple pour. I heated the Isomalt in the microwave, and I'm just pouring it straight inside there. Now you can pour multiple colors if you choose to for your base. I'm pouring a straight blue. I'm going to take a little bit of gold dust and drop it, and then come over to the other area and do it the same way. Before I do anything, I'm going to put the cap back on it because I have knocked over a few of these in my time. Then I'm going to take 3 toothpicks, line them down, set them up, and just kind of move them apart like that, and then come in and just swirl. And it puts that gold right into it, and I just love the look of it. And then when this starts to cool, we're actually going to begin to pull it. Now it does take it a little bit to cool, but it'll, like anything, the edges are going to dry first before the center does. So we're going to set it aside, we're going to wait, and then as the edges cool, we're going to start to bring it up. And when we do, we can stretch it, and you can see how the gold on it just flows straight on through that. And so no matter which side you look at, it's just gorgeous, and it's just like a little, it's a piece of glass, but it's sugar. All right, so that's going to take just a little bit. So while we're waiting on it, I think we'll just go ahead and start the assembly part of our cake. And then in between, I'll jump back and forth to working on this and being able to pick it up and pull it and show that to you. So let's just get our cake over here in our pieces and start the assembly. All right, folks, so now comes the fun part, the assembly. We've gathered all of our bits and pieces that we've made, and we're going to start assembling our cake. But first off, I want to keep a close eye on this little piece that's going to be a base, remember? Because the edges are going to cool first, and I don't want to be distracted and lose my opportunity to be able to get that to move. So you see how it moves? I'm going to set this little guy out of our way, just so I don't knock him over. Does that not look like a gorgeous piece of glass? I love that. But you can see as I'm pulling it through here, it's still very hot up underneath there. So it has a little bit more time yet, but this is the time when you can get the edges to move because they dry. All right, so I'm going to set that back down and continue to pull. Think of the beautiful little dishes that you can make for desserts. And I mean, just think of that. A little bit of dessert in it. Yes, it will hold. This is Isomalt. You can eat it as well. So I'm just moving it, and as I'm working around it, it is cooling. It's extremely hot right in there, okay? Just so you know, in case you pick it up and you decide you're going to handle it, just be fair warned, it is warm. All right, I'm picking this up, giving it a little movement. I'm going to flatten that side there, pull up on the top. Now the back side here is still warm, so it's just going to take just a little bit longer. We'll blow on it a little bit, try to manipulate it out of there a little faster for you. Come on, there we go. Well, that would be a really cool flower too. But I'm going to flatten that back out because that's not what I'm after. This is what I'm after. I want just a little piece to build off the top so I have a topper for my cake. There we go. See how easy it is to manipulate it though? Here we go. I'm going to take that piece off of there because it doesn't belong there. Put it into the palm of my hand, and it is actually going to come and sit up top here. So I have to kind of figure out my center right there, and then I'm going to build my leaves off of the side and come on up with the butterflies. So in class, they never get to do the whole cake. We only get to build this topper, this arrangement. So it's time that we build a whole cake. So I'm going to set this over here to finish letting it cool so it doesn't keep sliding on me. I'm going to use my foil up and around it to support it so that it continues to hold that shape, and then I'm just going to set it over here up against the microwave, and I'm going to get on to the building process.